Don't ever go with the flow. Be the flow. And I don't need no middleman to talk to my nigga. I understand if you don't understand. That's where we differ.
Yeah. Welcome to the We Differ Podcast, episode number 10 of the We Differ Podcast. I'm your host, Shells456, alongside my beautiful, lovely, amazing co-host, E. This is episode number 10. In case I didn't say it, I think I did.
Yes.
Said it twice for you motherfuckers.
Who ain't hearing in the back?
Yeah, for the people in the back. How you feeling?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. Feeling well, man. Feeling well. Positive vibes, positive energy. Everything's a go. Everything's great. New year, new energy, new focus.
Yes.
Locking down, like really trying to dig in into this shit. And I hate to keep doing this, but COVID is running rampant. And I see a lot of y'all motherfuckers in Atlanta going to party. I seen some shit on the news. All these people from different states going to Atlanta to go party and be in a club, man. Y'all sit the fuck down. Basically, sit the fuck down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Just protect yourself. My OG Larry King and shit. I don't know, I know a lot of y'all probably know Larry King, but he got the shit. He like 90, so prayers to him.
Yeah. It's been scary. It's still scary. It's just like at this point, it's like in hindsight, whenever I do something now, like I'm at this point, I don't want to see my mom. Like seriously, I really, really don't. She got asthma and shit. She be breathing all crazy.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. That shit, it's just scary, man. We just gotta protect ourselves and protect our family and shit. And like we said once before, a lot of us is younger, so we kind of like disregard, but just remember that, we all know somebody older that we communicate. Even if you just going in the store and communicating with a clerk or somebody that's older, just
I mean, but everybody knows at this point, everybody knows someone who has had it, died, been affected by it or whatever.
Yeah.
So like even that mindset, oh, I'm young. It doesn't matter. That's stupid.
Yeah.
I don't have any pre-existing like health concerns.
Yeah.
Honestly, a lot of black people don't go to the doctor, so you don't know what the fuck you got.
I know Jeremiah had it. Did he have like any pre-existing?
See, that's what I'm saying. You don't know.
Yeah, that shit is. Yeah, you never know, man. You fuck around, catch that shit and almost check. So
check.
Or check. You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
let's be careful and vigilant. We got a lot of dope topics today. I think we're gonna jump right into these joint skis. First one I want to talk about is Happy New Year, New Year's, new money, everything's lit, everything's popping, everything's great. We taking everything to the next level in the New Year's, as y'all should too. We made it through 2020.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying? That was a rough year.
Absolutely roughest year ever. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Happy New Year.
Speaking of that, a lot of us lost income from, working jobs or, whatever. A lot of the rug was pulled from underneath majority of us, you know what I'm saying? And with that being said, we wanted to come on here and speak on the importance of maybe establishing a side hustle or something that, when times do get hard, you can fall back on or have something else rolling. Because a lot of the times these jobs is like, you never know, you know what I'm saying? Even without a pandemic or anything like that, technology is taking over at a fast rate. And a lot of employees are becoming fucking robots, you know what I'm saying? So, we just want to talk about the importance of having a side hustle. Do you think it's important? Or do you think it's necessary?
Absolutely. And I think it's proven itself during this pandemic, because a lot of times like people didn't know how the fuck they was gonna eat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or how they were gonna pay their rent.
Yeah.
So I think that with this pandemic, everything shutting down initially, people seeing like the importance of getting your own dollar. And I know like even with the pandemic, and if you did have a side hustle, that didn't it didn't really guarantee that you were going to continue to make anything.
Yeah, for sure.
But it still allows you to not be dependent on an employer.
They give you another option.
Yeah.
You're allowed to think fast on your feet.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are scared not even scared. I would say maybe just don't know how to go about it, or just thinking that maybe they don't have a talent or a gift, but like things that we do in our everyday life. The internet makes it so you can make money off anything. You know what I'm saying? So you could, if you collect fucking baseball cards, you know what I'm saying? You can turn that into a profit without even selling baseball cards. You can, this shit, a podcast, you know what I'm saying? Podcasts can be profitable in the long run. Or even in the short term, if you really know what you're doing, if you can, you know, learn how to monetize it quick. Just any little side thing that you could pick up and really lock in on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. At the end of the day, I do believe that a lot of people are not aware of their talents, are not aware how to make money. But YouTube is a powerful thing. It really is. And like, it's easy for somebody to say, oh, it's easy out here. Oh, you can monetize anything. It's really, it really is easy. And like someone being risk adverse like me, it's like, damn, I'm gonna lose my job. Like, or like, do I leave my job or whatever? Because you gotta understand, like, we are systematically oppressed.
Yeah.
And that's a very real thing. Like, we can say we have these dreams. We can say we want to take it to these levels or whatever, but we are systematic. Like, we go to school and we sit in fucking rows, okay? We bells ringing and all that shit. And this is since we were children. We've been programmed this way. So that's, I do think it's amazing that a lot of people are like taking that step, but I do also understand that we still have to have workers.
100%. I mean, it's not for everybody. And I want to touch on what you were saying about the schools and everything, but first I do want to say it's not for everybody. Having a side hustle or being an entrepreneur is not for everybody. Some people need structure and can't create that structure in their own life. You know what I'm saying? It's a really difficult thing. And then a lot of people jump into entrepreneurship or into a side hustle and think that is less work for some reason.
Yeah, they're bad intentions.
Yeah. And if you work a 9 to 5, you know, you got those 8 hours to get your job done, go home, and then live your life. You know what I'm saying? So it's different when you working for yourself because it's 24 hours. You got to put out fires all the time. You got to create. You got to stay on your toes. But I don't think that should deter anybody from making an attempt, because I believe in the new world and the times that we living in now, it's just that real. It's just that real.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe? No,
I'm stuck on deterring. That deterring people. I understand why I would. I really do. Like, how many of us been stuck at jobs that we hate? I honestly, I mean, I'm sure there's people out there who like to work, but I don't. I genuinely hate working. Like, I do.
Yeah.
Because it's like, when you say, like, putting out fires, like, at work, I constantly put out fires. Like, that's my job, to put out fires. But at the end of the day, if you're going to be putting out fires from someone else's business, do that shit for yourself.
Yeah. Especially if you got the skill set. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you got the skill set. And then the biggest thing about that is no ceiling. There's no ceiling when you go into business for yourself. You can make $10,000 a year, you can make $100,000, you can make $1 million a year. You know what I'm saying? There's just no ceiling. And when you're in a 9 to 5 situation, it's
you got a salary.
You got a salary. You're gonna hit a wall. You're gonna hit a wall. You know what I'm saying? So it's that.
And
that
even
too.
if you don't have, like, if you aren't aware of what you want to do, like, you told me this, like, yo, just throw the shit at the wall, see what sticks or whatever.
Yeah.
Because, like, growing up, if you're not involved in shit, like, you don't know what you're gonna gravitate to.
Yeah.
So you will probably really have to, like, throw that shit at the walls, see what sticks.
And then on top of that, it's taking your time. It's like, it's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5 and then coming home and looking at shit on YouTube for 2 hours.
But sometimes, all right, so look, I'm in a perfect position to do some shit like that. I don't have children, but a lot of times people who, all right, perfect. People get stuck in positions like that because they have children. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say sometimes prematurely or whatever, and they're married or whatever. Mm-hmm. So say if a woman goes to work or whatever, and she comes home 4:30, whatever, 5 o'clock, even earlier, gets her child, cook dinner or whatever, and winds down with their children. Like, nobody really has time for that if you aren't determined.
Yeah. And then it's just a lot of thinking out of the box, because, I mean, you can, I don't know, a lot of people might not want to, but you can include your kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know how many kids would sit down and look at a kid open a toy? You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
And if you work in a 9 to 5 and you got a 5 or any from 3 to 12, at the end of the week, go buy your kid a cool toy, a popular toy. You just gotta do a little research. What's the hottest toy out right now? Do an unboxing on YouTube. Get your numbers up. That shit is cash out, and it'll pay you more than your 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I think people are either short on ideas, or they just, you know, the way we was raised. I was raised the same way, where it's like, you get a 9 to 5, you do your 40, 50 years, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and also people don't want to put in the time, which I 100% understand, because if you go to work and put 8 hours and you sleep for 8 hours, that's 16 hours. Yeah. So you only got 8 hours to like really do whatever the fuck you want to do. Like, what type of, honestly, to me, you can look at it two ways. I got 8 hours, I want to spend that with my loved ones. Or you can look at that shit like, I only got 8 hours to myself. What type of shit is this? Or
we can cut a lot of the fat. I think a lot of people do a lot of bullshit too. Like, a lot of bullshit time. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, that's when I say I got 8 hours. I'm going to do my free time, whatever. I'm going to spend time with my family. Or you can look at it as, I got 8 hours. What type of life is that? Yeah. I have to like really take charge of those 8 hours and do what you got to do.
And this is exclusively, because I don't want to offend anybody. This is exclusively speaking to people who got hit hard during this pandemic, was like, don't know where the next dollar coming from. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people out there like that. I'm not speaking to the person that got, you know, a salary job and they comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
do what you want to do.
This could go for anybody.
It 100%.
Anybody, but if you want it, this is not all right. So
because if you're happy,
yes,
you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
If you're a doctor and you're happy, you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
But this,
or even if you're not a doctor,
even if you're not a doctor,
whatever the fuck you are,
whatever you're doing, if you're happy, you're happy. But just understand that you can always take it to the next level. And the next thing I want to touch on is people who do have side hustles and work a 9 to 5. I think I see a lot of people, and it bugs me out. They make a shitload of money on a side hustle, and they're starting to make more money than they do in a regular job, and they're just afraid to take the leap. If you take that time that you spend it in your 9 to 5 and put it into your side hustle, just imagine where you could be. You know what I'm saying? If you just stop living with the restraints that society tell you, that you gotta have a 9 to 5, you gotta do something. Or sometimes people hold on to degrees, like, I gotta use this degree. I got this degree and I gotta use it. No, you gotta do whatever's gonna level you the fuck up.
Absolutely.
Point blank, period.
I got a whole degree. At the end of the day, fuck that shit.
Yeah, because
if not fuck it, because like I'll grind it for that shit. You know?
100%.
I grind it for that shit. But at the end of the day, like, wherever my life takes me, wherever like not only money, because like money isn't going to sustain your happiness
100%, but
the money and like whatever I truly want to do, fuck that degree, like
and you don't even gotta look at it like fuck the degree totally.
That's how I look at it.
But at the end of the day, you can look at it like you put that work into that degree, you hustle, you grind. Like, you can look at that as like that shit was just a precursor to the next thing you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You learn how to fucking grind and get that fucking degree. You're gonna learn how to grind and do the next thing. It's all hustle. It's all muscle memory.
Yo, you notice every episode I say fuck something. I be like, fuck them. Fuck them.
Real shit though. All right. So yeah. I think that's all we got on that. We got anything to touch on that?
No.
Yeah,
No. You wanted to speak about generational wealth, right?
During this topic.
Yeah. Like I feel like
it do line up with this. That's another thing. Generational wealth. What we could leave our kids with. You know what I'm saying? Just I think us as Black people and being in the communities that we from, we don't really think about like what's next for our kids. You know what I'm saying? We I think we do it in like small doses, like, okay, I got this house, I got this property, I'm gonna get this property to my kid. You know what I'm saying? But we don't go in there with a mindset. Our kids, 9 times out of 10, like most times, our kids not gonna know what to do with that fucking property. You know what I'm saying? They'll fucking sell that shit off. And we don't have no skills, no tangible fucking skill sets. And with creating your own income, like I said, there's no ceiling. Like there is no ceiling. And if you work hard and dedicate yourself to something, you can level up quick out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I know we talk a lot about America and how fucked up America is and all that shit, but in reality, America is a amazing place.
You reminded me of something.
Yeah, America is an amazing place. Like we can be born poor and we can fucking be rich by the time we 16 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. You got fucking kids out here. That's
kids.
Fucking
that's the thing is it's 16, 17, 18-year-olds that's making so much money off the fucking internet. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds and thousands and millionaires. You know what I'm saying? These little kids, you know what I'm saying? And I think us as adults should look more back at the younger generations that's really doing it, the 20, 21, 22. You know what I'm saying? Because they got it figured. They got the internet figured out.
Yeah, so 2 things. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, when you speak about generational wealth, you can't show me one person who only did one thing and created like a life for their children, grandchildren to sustain off of their money. One thing. Yeah. So with that job, like if you want to just work a job, like understand like that's cool for you or whatever. Yeah. But if you want to create generational wealth, like we're not going to be able to do that. You can't obtain that goal by, working at 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And additionally, when you say America is great, a lot of times we say fuck America. We look at ourselves and we're like, oh, everything's so bad. Like our lives are so horrible. But when you look at it in comparison to another person,
other places.
So it reminds me of like this whole COVID pandemic. Mm-hmm. My boss is actually, I hate that fucking word. My employer is living in Panama right now. Mm-hmm. And the restrictions on Panama, listen to this shit. Panama, if you the woman could go out 3 days a week, men can go out 2 days a week. That's okay?
Nuts. Yeah, that's crazy.
We pick up and leave. Okay? Yeah, like we do whatever the fuck we want to do.
Yeah.
They're on a curfew. You could go out you can't be out from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay?
Yeah.
They just randomly do like quarantines. Like I had a meeting with him Thursday. He was like, yeah, I can't leave the house for 4 days. We're on a 4-day quarantine.
Just randomly, like they just pop up like quarantine. Yeah, that's shit. Wow.
And also the 4th restriction is, and maybe they have more, but this is what he told me. The 4th restriction is, what the fuck? Oh, you have to go out. So though the men have 2 days, it's based off of your the last digits of your passport.
That's crazy.
So like, so I don't even know if the men can truly go out 2 days or if it's like you can go out in either of these days and this is like the day that you can go out based off of your passport number.
Yeah.
So like, yo, we yeah, that's true. Like, we are extremely blessed or whatever, but you do have to look at it. I know I get caught up because I'm like, yo, this like everything's so fucked up. Like, what am I do or whatever? But you do have to look at it in comparison to somebody else because, of course, we are Americans.
Yeah.
We used to this shit.
Everything is just given to us, man, and it's all about mindset and perception. Like, you really gotta put yourself in the mindset of other people sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got machines that we can walk outside, put a card in, and spit money at us. We get mad when the internet is slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are really minute problems that other people, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, God, take advantage of this shit.
And I do understand, though.
One shot.
I understand because I get mad as shit.
I can't say
you don't really you different.
Yeah, but
for sure. Like, you don't, like, anytime like I complain, like anything, like, you know, the whole shit, did you die? Or it's not that serious. Whatever.
Yeah.
But so you maybe what I'm saying, maybe you don't even really like understand or whatever. So I do understand people complaining about it, but like at the end of the day, we do have to take advantage. Like, always think about like other people or whatever in other countries because we are extremely. We're fortunate. We're very fortunate.
You know what I'm saying? And to give up. And I always go back to this. I want to end because we've been on this topic for a minute, but I always go back to this. Like 3 or 4 generations ago, our great grandparents was picking fucking cotton with no rights. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't do none of this stuff. Just imagine if our ancestors had the opportunities that we have. What the fuck would they be out here doing? And look at what we out here doing.
The same thing we would probably... No.
I'm talking about with the mindset that they had back then, not being able to do anything. And I always put myself in that mindset. Like, bro, like, you know the opportunities that we can do out here.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we can do, it's endless. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. And that's why I felt the way, like, I kind of felt bad, like, with the whole voting shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck that voting shit. I did kind of feel the way, like, when you put it in respect of, like, oh, like, our ancestors.
Yeah, because that shit is real. That shit is real. And I felt the same way. Last June when Donald got in, it was just like, but I told my mom I'm not voting, and she was like, she got super upset because he's so far removed. She was a lot closer to she grew up in the civil rights era. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not even talking about our great grandparents, bro. Our moms and dads couldn't do what we can do now. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have the opportunities that we have. When our moms and dads was fucking 20 years old, they couldn't do what we was doing, even if it was the 80s or the 70s. So it's just, you know, tighten the fuck up. Tighten the fuck up.
I'm gonna digress for you.
Yeah, for sure. All right. The next one I believe is which rolls off that one really good, is self-doubt. And that's something that we all struggle with. So this is going to be the flip side of the conversation that we were just having, because I am empathetic and I do understand that everybody don't really fully believe in themselves, whether it be the way you was brought up. I believe upbringing have a lot to do with it. I believe I was blessed with a mom that just fed me bullshit. Like, you could do whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could do whatever you want to do. Like, in this world, don't let nobody tell you can't do what you want to do. I mean, boom, boom. And that just, it fucked me up early, because when I was younger in school, I was so disconnected. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm so thankful for it, because I needed to be disconnected back then, because that shit was like, right, they spin back right back around that we was talking about the institutions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a feel in my heart that shit just wasn't right. Stand up, sit down, raise your hand, go to the bathroom, bell ring, line up, tallest to shortest. That shit is like the prison system. It's the same exact thing. And it teaches us, it wires us, it hardwires us get ready for the workforce, and all this stuff prepares you for all these different things. But the people that think outside the box, they're so radical. They're so like, they run laps around those type people. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they in a different zone. So I believe self-doubt do come with conforming a lot of times, and it come with the way we was raised. You know what I'm saying? I believe because my dad is the type person that's like,
he conform.
Get a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? And you work your X amount of years, and you know what I'm saying?
So you think self-doubt lines up with conforming? Is that what you're saying? I'm not saying that you did. I'm just trying
no.
to
No, I don't believe self-doubt lines up with yeah, it do.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think
because
so.
If you doubt yourself, you're going to conform.
No, because listen, somebody can look. I wanted to be a psychologist, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to have.
That's amazing. You know what I'm saying?
But that's not conforming.
It's not conforming.
That's not
at all.
self-doubt.
It's not. All right.
What did you mean to say?
Let me just touch on that. What I say. All right. So all right. Psychologist, right? So say you become a psychologist, right? That's amazing. It's amazing. It's an amazing profession. At the end of the day, psychologists, and you got a platform now, podcasting, right? So you go hard at podcasts, you build an audience, boom, boom. You're writing a book now. You know what I'm saying? So
don't be exposing my life.
I mean, it's keeping it real. And she's a fucking amazing writer, like the dopest writer I've seen. And so you got psychology, right? You got this podcast, which is going to be big because we not stopping. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stopping to 100 motherfuckers just listening to this motherfucker. Point blank, period. And
not 100.
100,000.
Okay.
And scaling from that. That's just the beginning. We're going to scale that bitch to 100 million. I swear to God. And okay, so you got this platform and you got this book. That's a trifecta. You got it. You got your professional whatever, and then you got the podcast that spread your message from your profession.
I know. I was just saying, like you said, if you get a 9 to 5, you're conforming. I just wanted you to clear that up because I know that's not what you meant.
No. I'm saying people that that have different gifts. I believe we're all gifted.
I believe you're trying to say if you want to do other things and you get a 9 to 5, then you're conforming. Is that correct? If you want to, if you have these large dreams and you get this city job, you know, like the adults, our parents, they be like, oh, my daughter, my son work at the post office or they work for the city, and they just think that's so amazing.
Yeah, and it is.
Yes.
It is.
Yeah,
it's great.
No. What I'm saying is, if you have other dreams though, and then you get a job, and then that would be conforming, but not if that's what you want to do, that's not conforming.
No.
I just want to make sure
it's maybe it's not.
I don't think it's conforming if that's not what you want. If you go to school or whatever and graduate and you're like, yo, this is what I want to do. I want to work at a post office, and that's all you ever dreamed of. That's not conforming at all. If you get a fucking a post office job, that's not conforming.
I mean, it's hard for me to is all right. See, it's the way I was raised.
That's not conforming.
It's the way I was raised. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, I was raised by an uncle that's a Black Panther, and it's the government. Anything where you fall under the government and you got to depend on a motherfucker.
That's not conforming if that's what you want to do. Conforming
okay.
Yeah. All right. Conforming is like going in a path, agreeing to something that you are not accustomed to, that you do not agree with, that you like changing ideas. That's not conforming if that's something you want to do.
You're right. All right, you're right. I digress.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So back on the subject of self-doubt, it could be anything. You could be teased as a kid. just not believing in yourself. You know what I'm saying? And we all struggle with it. Lord knows, like that's my biggest issue is self-doubt. I live with this shit every fucking day. I think the thing about me is this, like, I can turn off that voice in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know when I start saying, man, you can't do this, you can't do that, do that. I know it's not real. You know what I'm saying? I can turn this shit off and not believe that shit and wake up the next morning and go back to work.
That's
get busy. You know what I mean?
You want to hear something interesting about me? For me, self-doubt comes from other people, like emotionally. Like, I don't have self-doubt when it comes to me personally or what I'm going to do. You say this all the time about me. You be like, you think it's just you. Like you're responsible for everything. So like when it comes to me, I don't doubt myself at all. I honestly feel like it's a matter of time.
Yeah.
With anything I do, it's a matter of time. It took me a long time to get through school. I always felt like it's a matter of time. Bro, I had to pay out of pocket for school. And I went to St. Joe's. Yeah. I had to pay out of pocket. I promise you. And I took time off and everything. I never said I wasn't going to finish. I knew it was a matter of time. Yeah, I don't have self-doubt when it comes to me. I may have self-doubt when it comes to like a relationship with someone else. Like, oh, am I not fulfilling this like for someone else? But when it comes to me, if I'm like, I stand alone in this shit, like I know whatever I set out to do, I swear to God, I know I'm going to achieve. And word is bond, yo.
That shit, and that's, you know, I wish I had more of that because I'm dead ass. I'm the complete opposite. It's like,
and it's crazy because when I look at you, like just like I just said, it's a matter of time, and that's why like I be looking at you like, come on, let's go, and I'll be like, yo, come on. You know, I know it's a matter of time with you too.
You know what it is? It's because everybody look at me. Well, a lot of people look at me like, damn, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. I mean, and I think sometimes it be too much. I think sometimes
you do too much.
I think I do too much. I used to do too much. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like kind of like
you zoned in.
I'm zoned in, but like I used to just do. Fumble. We gonna get that on camera. Yeah, but I really do too much, man. And you know, I can get in my own way by doing a lot of
hair on this shit.
Yeah, by doing too many projects at once, or another thing, I believe in other people a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Like I really do believe in people. People don't believe in themselves. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times I team up with people and you know, that shit just go to hell. But that still come from not believing yourself. I feel like I hide behind other people. I hide behind other people.
Yeah. I promise you.
I used to hide behind
a lot of people have faith in you. I done seen this shit. I done heard phone calls.
Yeah.
From you and other people. I know how I believe in you.
Oh yeah, no, it's on. Like it's no type of pity party because I fully understand. I fully understand you know what it is I gotta do. And for the New Year's, you know, one thing that I had to get away was, and even though I don't do it heavy, was drinking and smoking. You know what I'm saying? It's
sober, like, you were sober,
clear headed. So what drinking did for me, it was like
hiding.
First of all, like I'm old. So when I drink, the next day and a half of my life is non-existent. That shit is over. So that's 24 plus hours that's taken away from my life.
Nuts.
It ain't worth it.
Nuts.
When I smoke, I overthink. And
18 hours.
I start telling myself like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? I start looking at myself crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I growing up, even now, it's people that everybody that I fuck with heavy, that really be going at it and getting at it, never drink and never smoke. You know what I'm saying? And I look at that shit and I be on the phone with these people a lot.
Yeah.
And from you know, niggas that I grew up with that's you know, that just been focused their whole life, you know, got at $1, to new people. Like, you be like the nigga Wallow and shit. Like, that nigga don't smoke, don't drink, don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's all hustle. And it's not good to be, I'm not saying all hustle is the way, but it's good to be clear headed.
I do think for something you gotta,
but you can work smart too, because you don't gotta be all like, every day 24/7, boom, 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 boom. Because I feel like right now, I feel like fucking Neo in the Matrix. I can work smart. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a couple of skill sets, and I can just maneuver my way through this shit.
Work smarter, not harder.
Work smarter, not harder.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I didn't mean to make this about you. I shared my personal experience with the self-doubt or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
But I do, when we first came up with this topic, we was talking about this nigga done said that I was writing a book or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever even mentioned that shit.
Nah.
But we was talking about creating something and like not getting the recognition or the reassurance from other people.
Mm-hmm.
And then we like put something down or quit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of times like people do look for that recognition. Myself, like I don't personally, like I be in my own head or whatever, and I get like pulled in other directions, and that's why I eventually why I stopped writing.
Mm-hmm.
But I know a lot of times people be like, damn, people not fucking with this shit. But look at fucking all these stars or whatever, like Tyler Perry, all these people, like they was not getting it. Like they didn't have this recognition for what was the person, the comedian Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, like shit. All these people, they didn't have recognition. They didn't have reassurance for other people. But one thing they did, they believed in themselves. So when that self-doubt hits you, and I know like it can cause you to fall into depression. It can it can cause these other things, but like you gotta, if you don't believe in yourself, who the fuck gonna believe in you?
100%. And that's the craziest shit, because it's like I never really, my self-doubt comes in such small spurts, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll say it'll affect me for like 2-3 days, you know what I'm saying? I've never once had it in my mind to ever stop being a creative, or this like, oh fuck this shit, I'm getting a 9 to 5. I've never felt that way, you know what I'm saying? Because I think the biggest thing was just having a proof of concept. Like, I think once I made my first $1 out here, not without selling drugs or anything like that, I picked up a camera and started shooting videos for myself. And then people started asking me to shoot videos. And then once that happened, like I realized like, shit, all right, I can make my own fucking money. So it's like, once I had that proof of concept, bro, it's like,
I think you've been quite the opposite. Like you're a true testament. Like you quit your job.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
hell yeah.
Yo, that's testament right there.
Job can't say him. What you say?
What you say?
Fucking job can't help him, so I quit. That's real shit, man. You gotta be willing to really take the risk, bro.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, people supported you or whatever. You reached out to people. We told you, like, yo, go for that shit. Or whatever.
100%.
But who did that shit? Who wasn't? Look, we was still getting a paycheck. Motherfuckers told you that shit. Look, I'm like, yo, do this shit. I'm talking over heavy. I'm like, nigga, you don't do this shit?
Yeah.
Who did it, though?
No, that's real shit. And the greatest decision ever, man. You gotta be willing to, to jump. And I don't advise everybody to jump, because you're gonna have your bumps, you're gonna have your lumps, you're gonna have your bruises. I
mean, but you've been out here working for years.
Yeah.
Aside from your 9 to 5.
Yeah. And when I work my 9 to 5 out, this like what we just talking about. It's always a side hustle.
That's what I say. You've been working for years. The side hustle.
Yeah, I always been building. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So we 40 minutes in. You heard me?
Oh wait. Okay. Go ahead.
All right, rolling on to the next topic. And this we gonna wrap after this, unless you got something else. Focus.
Yes.
Let's talk about a little bit about focus. Well, I can bounce focus off of Do you
both
think
the things we were just talking about? So having a hustle and doubting yourself.
Yeah. Just to dig a little deeper with focus, because this is an area in my life where I feel like you can kind of like, I don't want to say lose people that's close to you or around you, but you gotta become a different person to have a certain level of focus, and you can't do the things that you used to do. And I think for me, sometimes I can be so zoned in. It's like it's kind of like nothing else. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if it ain't about...
If you're living a certain life, though, you will lose those people around you. Because if you aren't living that certain type of life, I don't think that you will necessarily lose those people. Because when you say that, I think about like being on a party scene. I think about getting into drugs and just doing things that aren't beneficial to your life. So of course, if you go on this take this route of being focused, of course you're not going to be partying, taking drugs, or just being with any rah-rah shit. So of course those people will fall out your life.
It's like, it's just, I think you got to surround yourself with like-minded people. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm talking about like people who are close to you. Yeah. So if I all right. If,
like I can't hang with people who have 9-to-5s and that's their thing.
All right, so
I 100% can, but we don't talk about the same things. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
you're saying if you focus, because you said can and then can. So which one? So when you're focused, you can't.
I'm saying that the level of focus that I got to be at now is I don't have like a lot of like, I don't have downtime to do things. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't.
But you can do things with people who are like-minded.
That's like-minded because our conversations are the same. All right, so
but you just said you didn't have downtime.
Say me and B. You know what I'm saying? Our downtime is going out to the park. And when we are out in the park working out, we're talking about stocks. We're talking about building. We're talking about this. We're talking about that. Even if B come over here and we watching football, we turn it. We going to YouTube. We looking at stocks. We looking at It's not just all. We don't have. It's not just all
football.
Yeah, and then it's this mindset. It's hard for me to be in rooms with people. Like a lot of my OGs, you know what I'm saying? Like they get in rooms and they're talking about, I only got 20 years left. You know what I mean? Then my pension, and then I can't be around that because it's not my world. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's I don't feel any progression for me.
Okay. So for me, when I think about any relationship that I have with anyone, anyone in my life, I don't care if they're if my totally 100% an example, please no one get offended. If I have a broke best friend, please understand that she's playing a role for me. She's benefiting me in some type of way. So if I have a broke best friend, she's probably benefiting me and she brings joy to my life. So anyone, for me, I can be around people because I know how to multitask. Like I think sometimes people who have tunnel vision don't know how to multitask. I'm a really great multitasker. I can listen to music, write, do all types of shit. I can really multitask. So in my life, I think it transfers to my life. I can have friends or family members who are just like, maybe you're an ear to listen, like you're an ear for me when I need to get my shit off. Or maybe when I'm down, I'll call you and you're just a fucking clown and you're not doing shit with your life, but you bring me up. So like, that's the benefit that they're bringing in my life. So for me, I can have people around me. Am I going to, that's not somebody who I'm going to call when I have an idea. That's not someone I'm going to call when I need to make a decision about something. But like they play that role. Whatever role I have them in my life for, they play that role.
Yeah. I can definitely understand that. Yeah, I think I just get so like, it's hard for me. It really is hard for me to be around. And it's just hard because I'm so on it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so like, it's the way my brain works. Like it's like, it's all I know at this point. Like it's just all this shit is just all I know. You know what I'm saying? If it's not like family, even you see my family, you know, like you know how people talk when they get around me. It's like, you can only get my attention through certain shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like, I hate to be this way, but it's just, I'm interested in what I'm interested in. And I think a lot of times with people that love me, you got to bring up certain conversations to engage with me. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm just like gone. Like I'm just not there. I'm just not in the fucking room. You know what I'm saying? And that's just
sounds so horrible.
I know it's just who I am though. You know what I'm saying? I always been that way though. You know what I'm saying? Like I always been that way.
This is facts though.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just it's no knocking nobody, but it's just, I
will say this as well. The people who like, maybe I gave an example, who like brings me up when I need to be brought up or whatever. Those conversations, those interactions are short and few. So if I am on some shit, where it's bond, I've told my family this countless times. I'm on some shit. You may not hear from me within the next month. Like, give me my space or whatever. So, yeah, that does happen. But I understand, like, if I have like a month or two without speaking to a friend who just makes me laugh, like when I call that friend again, we right back at it. So like, I feel like, except, you know, my group chat is like, those my brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think
that's my away time. When niggas crack jokes in the group chat, like that's my, like, you know what I'm saying? But like outside of that, I couldn't sit around people and crack jokes and just laugh and play and leisure and like no.
I think
because
I think all right. So I think maybe those people who I'm talking about, who are like I have in mind. I've known them my whole life, so they are my family, and you know, family is different. You never gonna be like, oh, I mean,
yeah, right. And I'm weird as fuck, bro. Because I mean, you know, yeah, I'm awkward too. So it's just like, yeah, it's just like, if it ain't about taking shit to the next level, or if it don't spark my interest, I'm not really too.
I do feel this where you feel that way. I feel like if you calling me and you talking straight negative shit, talking straight nonsense every time, I don't want to hear that shit. Like that, I genuinely be mad as fuck. Like I'll tell like my mom, first of all, anybody can get cut off. Yeah. I've said this before. Yeah. But like if you talking nonsense and negative shit every time you call me, I can't do that. But I forgot my point.
That's another thing. Like negativity is something that I can't do at all.
That's what I was saying. Like I can where shit. You feel like the focus shit, the negativity, like if you call me every time, like how many conversations have you heard me where I literally just listen and I don't say a word.
Yeah, but even that is tough. That shit is tough. I be getting mad like, yo, what the fuck?
Bro.
Yeah, that shit. And
so you know, many times.
And I think I become the guy where people come around and, you know, they do talk positive, or they do. I be having a lot of faith in people. So when people come around me, it's like, yo, what can we do? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can we do this? How can we do this? How can we do this? And I love that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even the most gangster motherfuckers from my hood come to me like, yo, Shells, I need that. I mean, how can I do this? How can I do this? I mean, it's like people, it's just energy. You know what I'm saying? People can feel that energy because if it's not that energy, what we talking about? I don't need to be talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't need to be talking to you. You don't got anything that we can push forward to. You know what I'm saying? If we not pushing forward together, I love you to death. But we gonna just move forward and on our own thing, because it's like I'm too driven to just like not be on it.
Okay. So is focus something that we have to prep for, or if so, how do we prep for it?
How do you prep?
Is it something that we have to prep for? Is it something that we have? If it is something that we have to prep for, how?
I think the one thing that comes with focus is the main thing is this love. You gotta love something. If you love something, you're gonna pay attention to it. You're gonna focus on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can't focus on something that I'm not into, or that I'm not like.
I can.
You can focus on something you're not into? Did
I love school? Fuck no.
But I mean, you love the thought of the result that would happen after.
No.
So
if I start something, I'm finishing it. And that's me. You know me, I'm a competitor. I'll compete with myself. If I start some shit, I'm gonna finish it. But
you gotta have a certain level of focus. But I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, but that's me. So your answer is love or whatever. So me personally, I think that
you don't think that's dangerous?
What?
That you can just start some shit and just like, even if you don't fuck with it no more.
No, because I don't think I'm really gonna start some shit that unless it comes to like relationships. Yeah. But I'm not gonna start something that I'm not like into, that's not gonna benefit me. Like I'm not that person. I give a lot of thought. I'm an overthinker. I'm a planner. Yeah. So if I did something, understand I thought about that shit for hours and I planned for it.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
When it comes to focusing, I think a lot of times people I think about kids and people who like lose interest easily. Mm-hmm. I don't think they can focus on anything. I'm gonna say they can't.
I've had those issues. That's why I try to line everything up so everything makes sense in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because I was the person that's like, I think over the last X amount of years, I've taught myself to do so many things that I can build something and it'd be amazing. If I show it to people, it'd be nice and shiny and amazing, and then I can tear it down and work on the next thing without even putting it out or just.
Why tear it down?
Because it's just like, I think it's so easy. It's so easy for me to just have an idea and then put it on paper and then make it happen. I got all the tools to make shit happen quick. So that's another
topic.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It's just yeah, so I was like that, you know what I'm saying? So now I try to put everything, you know, like a horizontal integration where everything makes fucking perfect sense. I got podcasts and that leads into video, and video leads into music, and like everything is just like, you know what I'm saying? Just integrated.
I believe in order to prep for focus, the most focused I've ever been in my life was last semester, so 2018, 2019. And we were podcasting, you know. I remember I would come over on Thursdays.
We podcasted before. Damn, we've been podcasting for a minute and stopped. We had podcasts out before a lot of y'all motherfuckers too. For sure.
Talking shit.
Real shit. No, that's a Fendi.
So,
but that's another thing. My focus, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't your reason. It wasn't you the reason that we stopped. It was like me just like, oh, let me do this now. You know what I'm saying? Dumb shit.
Yeah. So it was in February it'll be 2 years that we started. But I remember I was like, yo, I gotta put you on a schedule. And I would every Thursday, even if I came over more, it would be Thursdays that was the podcast day, and like I had night school. I was working 2 jobs, and like it's been times where I went to school full time and worked 3 jobs, and I just was like on some shit like, all right, I can't, because I know I have the ability to just allow people to like come in and like, oh, you want to do this? And I'm like, I don't want to let people down or whatever. So like, if you just set up a schedule and like put yourself first, that's a number one rule of like focus. That's in the first step. I mean, so like getting a schedule and like having a plan. I think, yes, having a plan. And for me, writing shit down like that. Once I write something down, it's on. Like I have to write shit down. I know like a lot of people like to use their computers or their phones or whatever. So once I write it down, I think it definitely is something that you do have to prep for. It's not just like, oh, I'm focused.
Yeah.
2021 bull drop focus. Yeah. I don't think it's that.
It ain't that. It ain't that. And yeah. I think it's muscle memory too, because I think you can take yourself back to times where you was focused and like try to apply or try to, you know, like just remember like how to get back into that zone. Being focused is it's kind of like being in a fucking zone, man.
Yes, I do.
It's really like being in a zone. And sometimes like I don't even know if I be focused. I think I have like a fucking obsession. I'll be obsessed. You know what I'm saying? It like I have this fucking obsession where it's just like I can't turn it off. You know what I'm saying?
Something funny about me, like,
and oh, my bad. No. But it's just you know, being a creative is like it's something that I can never turn off. Like since I was 5 years old, I started drawing, then I picked up a camera, then I started making music, then I started, you know what I'm saying? It's just my problem with focus is I'm gonna always be obsessed with making things and creating things and all that. I think for me, focus comes with like what I'm locking in on today. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, knocking this out. And from now on, I'm only focusing on 3 things. So before I had like 10 and I never got shit done. But if I'm focusing on 3 things and they all line up together,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But what was you gonna say?
Did you say something about addiction?
Addiction?
You said something like that. You were.
I say not addiction.
What did you say?
Obsession.
Yeah, that's something like with me. I have a very addictive behavior, and I know that about myself. So like anything, sunflower seeds. If I get a pack of sunflower seeds, I'm gonna be eating 10 packs of sunflower seeds a day for however long. When I get food, if I like something, you know, I'll be like, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that, or whatever. So I know that about myself, and like when it comes to like working on something, I can become very addictive and obsessed. So for me, like if I'm the shit can really get done.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
But another thing that we have down here is circumstance and environment. How that affects your focus.
Pertaining. Oh, okay. Yeah. Circumstance and environment. Okay.
Is it your circumstance? Is it the environment that creates the focus?
Yeah. I think you know that can go either way. I would say like when I was young, me and my bro, like we started making music. We was like 18, 19 years old, and we was focused as fuck. Now that I look back on it, like those are the most focused years of my life. Like we was making hundreds of songs. You know what I'm saying? I work with artists now, and I lock in with them, and they be like, "All right, well, I got these 10 songs. I got these 5 songs." And they be like, "Yo, by the time I was your age, bro, I had over 100 songs." And we worked at a fucking ridiculous fucking pace. And our focus was like, and it was so crazy because we was doing everything that a lot of our niggas in the hood was doing. We was still going out, we was still partying, but we wasn't like, I would wake up. Yeah, we would sacrifice sleep. I would wake up 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll go to the fucking studio. I'd come home at 10. You know, we might go to a bar or something. Or I was just away from the hood. And in a lot of ways, that shit saved our life. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like environment, it could go that way. Or it could go horribly wrong. You know what I'm saying? You could have a gift, and you know you just get into the wrong things, you just get into the bullshit, and your environment can bring you down. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like environment plays a big role. It depends on if you're going to go left or right. If you're going to say, okay, boom. I think my biggest mindset then was like, okay, our situation is fucked up. I'm going to get my homies out of the hood. You know what I'm saying? I think that was my mindset. It saved my life. You know what I'm saying? It really did. Cause there's so many situations that happened where I just wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? Cause I was focused on that.
Yeah.
And locking in.
I think, of course, it does. Of course, it has to do with your environment because if you're going to school
mm-hmm.
and you're focused on going to school, but then, and you're not working, like that's your full-time student, and then you living with your mom,
mm-hmm.
and then you get an eviction notice, and like your mom needs you to go get a job, and you gotta help out with bills. Of course, the circumstances done changed, and of course, that's your circumstance and the environment, what's going on outside or whatever. But I think most importantly, in order to be focused, you have to have a routine, and if you getting up every day at 6 a.m. for me, that's getting up in the morning, going to the gym, coming home, making my smoothie, taking my vitamins because I'm a fucking vegetarian. I need my fucking vitamins.
Facts.
And getting a certain amount of work in during the day, and then working on whatever I'm working on in order to excel my life, and getting to sleep on time.
Yeah, sleep. Sleep is sleep.
That routine, you gotta have your routine gotta be down packed, and you can't really allow any room for error.
We gotta dig into this. You want to do this now? You want to do this next episode talking about routines and shit like that?
We
are an hour in this motherfucker.
No, let's do the next one.
All right, but continue on. But that, I feel everything you're saying. Like,
I mean, go ahead. I mean, but as far as routine, for me, I swear to God, first of all, it don't even start in the morning. That shit start the night before.
100%.
Gotta get to bed on time, because there's been times I go to sleep and I gotta. If I'm super tired, how the fuck I'm gonna get up? I mean, of course, there's been times where I'm like, yo, E, you're gonna be fat as shit. And I pull myself out of bed or whatever. And to those of you who are large, you want to be that's you or whatever. Personally, I don't, I don't want to be overweight. So that motivates me. But, the night before, getting to bed on time, cutting off all those distractions.
Try to cut them bitches off an hour before.
Yes, and then the next morning, getting up, and I'm so particular. I can't even have more than a swallow of water before I go to the gym because I be so full. I can't eat anything or whatever. And going in the gym and spending that time in the gym and coming home and every day, and you can be so easily sidetracked. If your friend hits you up oh, you want to go out for this glass of wine, now you out fucking 11 o'clock when my bedtime is 10 o'clock. It's so easy to get sidetracked.
And I think I cut a lot of that bullshit out with the stop drinking shit too. But when I decided that I'm gonna take a crack at being a fucking millionaire, right? I started looking at I started looking at millionaires. I just started looking at what they do, and I started researching fucking millionaires. I started reading books on millionaires. I started just really, really, really digging into that shit. And the best thing that I picked up from them motherfuckers is get to bed on time. Get up anywhere between 5 and 7 a.m. Have a morning routine. What I'll share my routine. I wake up in the morning, 5:30, boom, brush my teeth, go to the bathroom. No, that real shit. I meditate. This before I even pick up my phone. I don't look at my screen at all because that's a distraction. I don't need extra shit running through my head before I meditate. I meditate, boom. I'll come in here and I'll put my tea on. When I come in here and Rocky sleep, I know I'm winning. When he don't pop up and I don't see his head.
Rocky ass me. That nigga late,
when I see that nigga is asleep, I'm like, boom, I'm
sleep
winning.
till like 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Like, all right, I'm winning. Boom. Put my tea on. Mix my little special shit that I put in my tea. I'll tell you that another time. Put my special shit in my tea. While the tea boiling, I go to my computer. I'll write in my journal everything I want to do for the day or things I want to do this week. Boom. Write all that shit down. Feel that shit. When you write that shit, feel that shit. Even if you wanted to jot down, man, I'm trying to make $100,000 a year. Write that shit. Write everything down. Write everything down. Come in here, drink my tea, and I get my day started. I hop on the computer, I start editing videos, or I, work on a podcast, whatever I'm working on at the moment. My next alarm go off at 9:30. I'm out in the park with B. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and that's my weekday routine. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta add some more shit. We about to start going back to the gym and like, you know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be my that's gonna be my 7:30 to like.
No, it's earlier than that. You gotta get up at
6:30. Yeah, 6:30 to like. So that's something else that we throwing in the mix. But like a morning routine, it creates so much focus, and you get so much done before everybody else wakes up.
Yes, that's the key right there. When I come from the gym, it's like I feel so fucking accomplished, B. Yeah. And where this bond, like I start work at 9 o'clock. Like I still, even though I'm working from home, like my job is 9 to 5. So like even if like I don't know, I do got some downtown, I gotta be by my work cell at 9 o'clock. I gotta have that shit on me, and I don't take it to the gym. Yeah. And when I come home and I just feel like I accomplished some shit. Like even sometimes like you got downtime, like the weekend, like I'll make the bed. Like I'll be like, yo, I gotta have something done. Like you gotta have a routine. Even as simple as making the bed.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's that sense of accomplishment. Once you feel that sense of accomplishment once during the day, you want to keep wanting to accomplish shit. You know what I'm saying?
And on top of that, writing shit down. Like I be telling you all the time, like you write that shit down and put a fucking check box next to that shit.
Once you check that shit off.
Before that, I mean after that, you go into that shit a week later and you ain't check shit off. See how the fuck you feel about yourself, and you ain't check shit off on that task list.
Another thing, I had one. I need to do another one. Fucking vision board. I need to put up a fucking vision board.
Use that right there.
Oh, that John. Yeah, I need a vision board bad. But yeah, man. That's just this a way to create focus, man, and you feel so good, man. Like you really will start to feel good, man, and you'll start to see a change in your life instantly. You know what I'm saying? Once you get the right amount of sleep and you get a morning routine going.
How long it take to break a habit?
21 days.
Yes.
21 days to break a habit.
Yeah.
So
just stay focused. Or to make a habit.
Yeah. All right. So that was great, man. We are the We Differ Podcast.
Episode 10.
Number 10. We out here. Episode number 10, We Differ Podcast. It's your boy Shell456 with my beautiful, lovely, amazing co-host E. We will holler at y'all next week. We out.
Peace. That was deep.